everyone, welcome to my series I just got another old Fujifilm camera, where, you guessed it, I talk about old Fujifilm cameras. If you didn't saw the first episode, there's a link at the end of this one. So recently I was sick and went on a frenzy of buying new old cameras because I was bored at home. And like any photographer, when we get bored, there's a voice saying you need to buy new gear. You don't need it, but you need to have it. You still have drawers and cabinets empty in the house and you need to fill them with gear. So I got a couple of Fujifilm cameras because I'm going to write a history book about Fuji cameras that no one will read or buy. Oh, that's another idea. Back to the video. So the camera I'm going to talk about today is... I got it like this, so let's remove this together. Tada! The Fujifilm X-E2. This came in such a good condition and I paid a decent price for it, 250 euros. The person I bought it from took very good care of this camera, but that time is over. In this house we use cameras, we don't keep them as porcelain dolls. If you didn't get it already, I'm trying to make this video funny. If you did, well, you win a big good for you from the sponsor of today's video, the people who bought my presets pack. I couldn't make this video without you. Thank you so much for your support, it means a lot to me. X-E2, one of the simplest Fujifilm models with an EVF. I got this and not the X-E1 because I wanted an X-Trans2 sensor. After I do the third video in this series, I plan on doing a comparison between X-Trans1, 2, 3 and 4, JPEG color, low light and raw dynamic range. If you have any more ideas, please leave them in the comments below. From what I've heard about the X-Trans2 over the years, people say it produces the closest JPEGs to film from all Fujifilm sensors, and that made me really interested in this camera and the photos it produces. I shot film in the past and I have a bit of experience in this regard. My first film camera was a Lubitel 2, the only film camera I still own at the moment. So the first thing I did after getting the X-E2, of course, was to go out and take photos. Yes, the photos in this episode are not from the balcony, like in the first episode. So I went out to take some pictures around the central market in Valencia and I filmed some POV stuff for you to enjoy, using two cameras at the same time and still taking some decent photos. I'm a photography ninja. Don't worry, there are going to be more photos from other cities. I am a travel photographer after all. For a second generation X-Trans camera, the X-E2's autofocus behaves very well and I used it with the lazy 35mm f1.4 and still got very good results. Look at how much detail you get in these photos from a 16 megapixel sensor, and some of these photos are cropped. I said many times, the glass makes the difference and 16 megapixels is more than enough for most photography uses, including printing. The one thing about this camera that I don't like is, of course, that it doesn't have a tiltable screen, but I got used to this very quickly. I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of the EVF. I was expecting worse resolution and frame rates, but it could keep up with other recent cameras. The Fujifilm X-E2's design is similar to the X-E1. You can comfortably use this camera with one hand. It has a small but effective front grip and on the back a decent thumb rest. That makes this camera easy to hold without third-party accessories. Like all Fujifilm cameras, you have the option to customize some buttons to your liking. It has 2 dedicated FN buttons and 4 more that can be customized. The shutter button is a bit mushy, but you can add a soft shutter button to it to make it better. Also, you have a pop-up flash that can come in handy when you want to surprise your friends in the dark like a paparazzi. But the most important thing when it comes to a camera like this is size and weight. It is so light and compact, making it a joy to carry around, especially with a smaller lens. And I think it looks gorgeous in black. The bad thing is the battery. You really need a second battery if you plan on being out all day. Let's get to the important stuff, and that is image quality. The images you get with the Fujifilm X-E2 are gorgeous. RAW or JPEG, it doesn't matter. The dynamic range of the RAW files is quite good for a camera this old. And low light performance is good as well when paired with an f1.4 lens. I don't think the JPEGs are as close to film as some people say, but they are beautiful. Warm tones, nice and vibrant, and a softness that is not related to megapixel count. That, yes, maybe this is the thing that gets it closer to film. The images are not that clinically sharp like modern cameras. And no, it is not the lens. I shot the Fujifilm 35mm f1.4 at f5.6 where it's razor sharp corner to corner, and that interesting softness still remains. I use this camera in two of my trips, one in Zaragoza, which if you ever come to Spain I recommend visiting for its beautiful architecture, charming streets and cheap drinks and food. And the second one was Altea, a small charming village with white houses and amazing seaside views. And I was never disappointed with the results the Fujifilm X-E2 gave me. So if you were thinking of getting this camera now in 2022, you should go right ahead and buy it. For 250 euros you get a really nice camera, compact and with a gorgeous image quality. I enjoyed every minute shooting with it, even if it doesn't have a focus selector joystick like recent models. Old Fujifilm cameras are still a good option even today. That is how you can see how much work Fuji put in their cameras. I can't wait to see what they are going to do next with the release of the X-E2 and maybe an X Pro 4. That would be amazing. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This helps me grow my channel and make more videos for you to watch. And if you want to support me even more, check out my presets pack in the description below. And now let me show you why I recorded less videos in the past weeks. Because of the Fayas festival. This is from my balcony. Enjoy!